Yo, I got a good one today. The toughest NBA team ever, the New York Knicks, heated moments from 1992 to 1993, rare footage. Oh, I am ready for this one. Okay, my reactors, welcome back to the channel, the Nuclear Reactor, the reaction channel where all the reactions go nuclear. Before we get into this video, if you guys are a sports fan, go over to my sports channel, Ring Culture, link in the description. But back over here playing the Nuclear Reactor, y'all know I believe every action deserves a reaction. And over here, we are very reactionary. Make sure y'all like and comment down below. That's how y'all get me into the algorithm, and then I'll go get them with my content, hit them and fit them and sit with them. Subscribe and hit the bell notification so y'all can be notified for every time I upload, and I upload a lot. Share my videos, hype my channel. Listen, B-Ball Vault notification came up. Well, a suggestion came up about a video they did 4 years ago that the toughest NBA team ever, the New York Knicks. Now listen, those New York Knicks back in the day in the early 90s, matter of fact, I did a reaction to my favorite series of Michael Jordan, and it was the 1992 series against the Knicks. Those Knicks teams back then were big, athletic, and mean. And I cannot wait to get into this video. So let's get into this video, shall we? Bruh, this is going to be so great. Okay.
Down to 20
December 1st.
seconds to go.
That roster
quarter.
Oh, that's Drexler.
Starks playing Drexler.
Look at the
Williams
defense.
over to help. Good switching.
Look at the defense.
Duckworth. And Drexler and Mason have words. Buck Williams steps between. Oakley calls for the foul. You rarely see Clyde Drexler get involved.
I was thinking earlier, Marv, I don't think I've ever seen him angry.
Yeah, you don't usually see that.
Guy.
Drexler was an athletic freak, bro.
Kevin Duckworth from Mason. Too late. After one, it's the next 25. The Portland
Anthony Mason, he was a beast.
Before with Anthony Mason and Clyde Drexler under the basket. I think that right arm on Drexler's chest might have bothered him from Anthony
so
Mason,
much.
and he let Anthony know about it, but it didn't go any further than that.
Clyde Drexler sitting down.
March 14th,
After Mason knocked it away.
Jared Wilkins.
And away. Yes. Oh, we have something brewing here.
Who was that?
Anthony Mason involved along with Chris Morris.
Mason wisely walks away.
Them New York teams, them Knicks teams was tough, bro.
Well, we discussed this earlier. There are some bad feelings between several Knicks.
Yo, let me say this real quick. Them Knicks teams back in the day, they seemed like they had all of the big athletic. It seemed like a team full of big athletic power forwards. Like they and all of their big men were athletic too. Like and mean. Man, I love these Knicks teams.
Knicks and Nets, and as you mentioned in particular, Mason and Oakley and Coleman and Morris.
Well, Mason carrying the "we were embarrassed" phrase into this game from the last game. Perhaps some of the Nets read the paper today and didn't enjoy the tough talking from the Knicks. Joe Wilkins piling his way inside. Mason battling for position. Morris behind him. And then Morris swinging that arm around to get rid of Mason.
Yeah, he swung that arm around.
The crowd reacted because they saw it up on the
yeah.
Oakley. Bowie was fouled. The Knicks collapsing.
Sam Bowie, bro.
Ewing called for the foul. Ewing with some words from Morris as they make their way down court.
Those aren't happy words either.
Yeah.
And now Bowie comes over. Why did the official step in? I don't think they realized what was going on at first. And McDaniel is pushed down by Bowie. That's unbelievable.
We'll saw the officials on the floor.
Well, they try to keep Bowie away and lost his balance. Oakley having some words now with Coleman. This began in very mild fashion with Chris Morris and Patrick Ewing in a heated conversation walking up the court. And Mark Jackson and Derek Coleman now are having some strong words.
Mark Jackson was tough too, bro.
Starks.
Yeah.
John Starks with a pretty move. That's 82. The Knicks 74. All Mason and Bowie eyeing each other. John Starks is 4 for 4.
Starks, that was my guy. I love Starks.
Knicks trail by 2. Oh, the foul is called on.
Is that
Starks,
Rambis?
a pushing foul.
Is that Rambis?
Starks taking on Rambis with his hands. That was a blatant foul.
I don't remember Kurt Rambis playing for the Kings.
He intended to do that. He might have had that preordained, that move, to shake up things. Maybe he's had his bell rung a few times and he just wanted to use a foul. That sends a message.
Remember John Starks getting involved in the Starks with the steal, and he is fouled from behind by Richmond. Last season in the game played here at Sacramento, the Kings
Yo, these
beat
Knicks
the
team
Knicks
was
in
so great,
overtime,
man.
and Starks very
Mitch
involved
Richmond.
physically.
Mark Jackson, ew!
The Knicks 54, and
Mark Jackson was a great point guard. Go look up some of his passes. Like, he was tough, bruh. Tough. He could actually shoot, too. He wasn't known for shooting, but he could shoot. But he was more of a floor general. But he was tough, though.
And Phoenix 50.
The left Jackson at his best.
Oh, Kevin Johnson. Mark Jackson, what a matchup.
Take another look at Mark Jackson in action, which, by the way, as we recognize today as his middle name, and Patrick Ewing, a beneficiary of that.
Jackson. Look out, Mason and Chambers started to go.
Well, Chambers.
Oh, Tom Chambers was a beast, too.
He just turns around and runs up court.
The basket counts. And a foul called on Mason. Con Fitzsimmons.
Let me see what happened down here. It was always something shitty
Mason
happening.
off the bench a moment ago, lower left side. You see Mason having an
he trying
effect
to pull
on
him down.
Chambers, certainly. Chambers on the ground at that point. Jackson's quickness enabled that to happen.
Here's Perry.
Ew!
Serving up a facial on Patrick. Starts with the step.
Damn! Damn, you see how high John Starks his jump?
Starts with the step.
Ew!
Take another look at John Starks' amazing move, how he elevated to the hoop.
Ew!
Kept going higher and higher, and then the arms stretched out like Julius Erving's used to do.
Some of the lesser teams this season. 7-point Phoenix lead. Minute 20 remaining in this first quarter. Starks from deep. That's a three. John Starks hits the three-pointer, and the Knicks go within 4.
Damn, Danny Ainge.
John Starks, and boy, our cameras were right on that. Wow.
Yeah, that was a cheap shot.
That's why it's good to focus off the ball once in a while.
Yeah.
Thank you, Danny Ainge, for helping make this an entertaining show.
Offensive foul on Ainge. who is still debating the call with the official, Jim Clark.
He debating that?
Anthony racing with Johnson.
Ew, you got to hit that, bro.
The emotion of Xavier McDaniel will not be on the floor today. How much does that hurt the Knicks?
I think the X-Man was the panacea for the Knicks because he could contain Pippen. Not only the tenacity that he brought to the game, but he did a good defensive job against Scotty, actually exposing Scotty, taking him out of the game. So there you see the X-Man pugnacious, loquacious, hellacious against the Bulls.
Now, a lot of that banging will be picked up by Anthony Mason and maybe some of the talking, too, if Pat Riley will allow.
Series between the Knicks and the Bulls were very upset about the roughhouse tactics of the Knicks. Saw John Starks with the flagrant foul on Scottie Pippen. It was a combination
The
of
defense Bulls.
McDaniel and Anthony
You got to
Mason.
get faster than that. He missed it anyway, though.
Pippen throws it back out. Jordan.
Oh!
Shot.
Pippen, rather, and Xavier McDaniel getting into a severe brush. McDaniel thrown to the floor by Pippen.
And a technical also called on McDaniel.
That's his fifth personal, too. That whole team was just hotheads.
Standpoint, he's the one that
Big
got thrown
athletic
to the floor.
hotheads.
The foul was called prior to that.
Jackson will shoot the tee.
Oh,
when the New York Knicks faced the Chicago Bulls in Game 6, they weren't thinking about their own elimination.
What a series.
No, these Knicks...
Make sure y'all go back and look at my reaction to Michael Jordan's series against in 1992 against this Knicks team. And go look at, just the Bulls versus the Knicks 1992, each game highlights. Pretty sure you can find whole games. This was a brutal, grueling series. And how you heard the guy say they took Pippen out of the game. Pippen had some really putrid games in the series. And Jordan had a few pretty bad games too. There was nobody like just getting off consistently in that series. It was tough, hard fought, fast, athletic, explosive, just intense defense and offense. It was such a great series.
These Knicks sensed something special about this improbable playoff run. Even the sight of Patrick Ewing limping off with a sprained ankle didn't mean the end. For the Knicks faithful, it rekindled memories of Willis Reed and that championship year when he found the courage to overcome injury. And in a similar inspired effort, Patrick Ewing rejoined the battle. And battle he did. He threw his will into his work and his wounded body into the opposition. And when it was done and he had nothing left to give, only then was he led away victorious.
What a series,
funny thing
man.
happened on the way to the Eastern Conference Championship. The Knicks took the heavily favored Bulls to the limit, physically and emotionally. Of course, time will tell. But as Jimmy Roberts reports, the Knicks series may just have been a wake-up call for the defending champions, one they needed.
I miss this so much. I miss this type of basketball.
While the stadium is known for its noise, that sound you might have heard rising above the Chicago skyline Sunday was probably a long, deep sigh of relief. Against New York, the Bulls thought sweep, the Knicks thought otherwise, and from the back pages to the back court, therein may lie the key for the series against Cleveland.
Maybe that's enough to wake us up and get us back to playing the type of basketball and having the hunger that we had last year.
But the Bulls haven't played a basketball game in some 2 weeks against anybody other than the New York Knicks. Now, in the space of just 2 days, they will be forced to shift gears, and radically at that. Because the difference between a series against Cleveland and one against New York is like the difference between ballet and slam dancing.
You ain't
I
lying,
expect,
bro.
it's still going to be a lot of hard fouls, maybe a few flagrant fouls, but...
Slam dancing.
I expect, it's still going to be a lot of hard fouls, maybe a few flagrant fouls, but I think overall the game will be a lot cleaner.
Not only will the Bulls probably collect fewer bruises against Cleveland than they did against New York.
What a trip back down memory lane to one of the greatest teams that did not win the championship. That Knicks team back then was for real. Man, I wish I could articulate this to y'all in a better way. They were tough. They were big. They were athletic. They were just monsters, led by Patrick Ewing, who was definitely one of the best players in the league, maybe even top 5. As far as centers, he was definitely a top 5 center in the league at that time. Man, do yourself a favor and just, look at some highlights from those Knicks teams back then. I'm pretty sure you can find whole documentaries on that 1992-93 Knicks team. But anyway, my reactors, let me know what y'all think about the video, what y'all think about that just Knicks team. And if you are old enough, do you remember that Knicks team? And what are your thoughts on them? Anyway, always remember the pleasure will always be mine. And the reaction, my beautiful reactors, will always be yours. I love y'all. Peace.